Hello and welcome to the second broadcast of WCFL or XCFL Game Day. And tonight we have a great game. We have the 4-0 Giants taking on the 3-1 Chargers. And with me today is Brent. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Brent.
Yeah, I'm Brent. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath here, guys. Was just running up from the field there. Our second announcer, Coach Boone, is just running a bit behind. So I'll be taking over for a little bit, and he'll join you soon.
Thank you. And what we want to talk about before we start the game is, obviously the reason why these two teams are matchups of the week is because they're both leading a division. One is a owner that actually didn't do really well last year, and he's coming off super hot. He actually is 14th in offense and 9th in run defense. His pass defense is a little weak, but it looks like he's been doing really well this year. What do you think about these two teams?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup. Two coaches who have been in the XCFL for a while. Zach's always kind of had some success, so his doesn't surprise me. But Chad's is coming out of nowhere. So, I mean, let's see what he can do. New Madden, new opportunities.
One thing I want to touch on is the injury bug. The Chargers are probably one of the worst teams that have been hit by this injury bug. They're going to be missing out on 5 players a day. Their starting running back, Melvin Gordon, is out for 5 weeks. Travis Benjamin, who is one of Rivers' favorite targets, is out for 4 weeks. Joey Bosa, the pass rushing lineman, is out for 8 weeks. And Tyrell Williams is out for 6 weeks. And their left tackle, Ryan Wendell, is out for 4 weeks. The Giants has Sterling Shepard out for a couple weeks. But this, to me, is going to play big on this game. If the Giants can shut down that pass offense, which they've had problems with, I think that they can win this game. What do you think?
Yeah, the injury bug is going to play a huge role in this one because the Chargers, if you look at it, have the number 1 defense. They've got number 1 in pass defense, 5th in rush defense. And the biggest part of that, in my opinion, has been the pass rush. They've got Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, and Whitney Merciless. But Joey Bosa's out, and Whitney Merciless was actually suspended this morning from this game for sleeping through his pregame meetings.
Yeah, and I think that that's going to play a huge part. If they can't get pressure on Eli Manning, it's going to be a long day for them. So yeah, that brings up a great point. It's going to be great to see how that translates into this game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make a massive difference. Eli Manning, he is a great quarterback, but he's known to make some mistakes. So having a lot of pressure on him probably could have turned the tide in San Diego's favor, but I don't see them getting it this game with that. So let's go over some of the ranks here and some of the stats.
Absolutely. Like we had talked about before, the Chargers passing the offense, they're ranked 19th. Not great, not bad. They're going to have to pick it up this game. If they can do it against any team, I think it's going to be against the Giants, who rank 20th. What sticks out to you looking at these rankings? What do you find intriguing about this?
Just the way Coach Chad is getting it done, actually. If you look at him, he's not really good in any one specific category. His highest rank is his run defense, and that's 9th, which is, he's barely cracking the top 10. Yet he's 4-0. So I don't know if it's turnovers or what, but he's just finding a way to get it done. And I like that. You don't always have to be the best team. Some teams are just able to stay in the game, battle. And then when it comes to winning time, they just get the job done. They don't make those mistakes.
I definitely agree with you on there. It's not one thing that he's good at. It seems like he's been pretty consistent in every area. And if you look, Cromartie's got 3 interceptions. His linebacker, Hertzless, has got 2 interceptions. So he's been kind of, all over with all of his players. So he's not been relying on 1 or 2 sets of players. So, yeah, that absolutely is correct. For me, I find it very intriguing about this defense of the Chargers. If you look, it's been a merciless show. If he wouldn't have got suspended tonight, this could be a totally different game. He has 9 sacks, leading the league. He's been able to force turnovers, and he's number 1 overall. So if they can force those turnovers without having their 2 pass rushers, again, we touched about this before. I think it's going to be a long day for Eli Manning, but they got to get to him. He's got to bring the pressure.
Yeah, I would imagine they'll make some changes to make up for that, though. They got Melvin Ingram, who's a natural pass rusher who's been playing back in the linebacker positions on a 4-3 defense just because they've had an embarrassment of riches. So I think they'll move him forward, and they'll probably be okay still.
Yeah, and another thing I like about him is Phillip Rivers has been spreading the ball. If you look, he's got 3 receivers with over 10 catches. Hunter Henry is actually leading in yards, which, you know, he was a rookie last year, and he stepped up big time this year. He's got 13 receptions for 225 yards and a touchdown. Keenan Allen, 14 receptions and 218 yards. And then Mike Williams, this very coveted rookie.
Sorry to cut you off here, but we actually just got the kickoff. It seems like they got on the field a little quicker than expected. Okay. And here we go. Odell Beckham back there taking the return. Let's see what he can do.
Kind of risky to me. You know, obviously having Odell, your best player back there with the injury bug, you don't want him to get hurt, but they pick up a couple yards here. So they're just going to be 1st down and 10 on their own 27.
Yep. You know, nice return. He at least got it past the 25, but no reason for Odell to take some hits for 2 extra yards, that's for sure.
Absolutely. What do you think they're going to do here? You think they're going to start gunning it, or you think they're going to pound the ball?
I'd say play action. I think they're going to try and get a big shot right away. No, just a run. So there's Wayne Gallman pushing. Pretty well no gain.
Yeah. Kind of interesting to see Chargers still being able to push the pocket there. You know, get in there. Having 2 big guys. Maybe that's why the Giants came out running. You know, they know that they're missing a couple people on their defensive line. So let's see what they go with here. I think they're going to pass. I think they're going to try to hit Odell Beckham.
Another run here, and same result pretty well. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and long. I would hope he passes here, but we've been wrong twice, so who knows? Maybe he'll run it again.
And another thing, I mean, if you look at the Chargers, he was ready for this. I think that they probably knew that they were going to try to hit that running game early, and you know, they didn't fake out the Giants. The Giants were ready for that. So look for Eli again. Going to go to Odell Beckham, but we'll see.
Yeah, I like something else. I think Odell Beckham's going to be pretty well covered here. I'd like to see on the inside Sterling Shepard here. So they're dropping back. Verticals pass, shoots it off. Oh, and it's a completion. It's going to be 1st down for the Giants from the 45-yard line. Great pass.
There. Picks up a nice gain, 20 yards. Going to put him in good field position here on the 46. I look for Eli. This would be a perfect time, in my personal opinion, is, you know, run a play action. You know, San Diego's looking for that run. Spread him out, hit a play action, see what you can do. Maybe hit him over with a pass.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see what he does here. Looks like a pass formation again. So he's going to hit a quick little out to Brandon Marshall. Nice catch.
Feet and bounds and turn on that, he probably would have been gone. You know, the coverage on that was pretty soft, and, you know, he dove for that. I think Brandon Marshall, you know, this is a guy that doesn't get talked about a lot. Everybody thinks he's this old guy that can't catch, but, man, he has become a great number 2 for this team.
Yeah, I mean, he is a really solid receiver. He's used to being the number 1 guy, so bit of an adjustment to play behind Odell, but that's going to give him more single coverage, which is going to open him up. I'm expecting a good year out of him.
Same here.
So here we go, inside zone to Perkins. Same result as always. This Chargers run defense is stingy.
Yeah, and they are not being faked out by the run. I do have to commend Chad, though. He is sticking with it. If you could keep driving the ball down, kind of wear out this line a little bit, I think that run will get you'll be able to open that run up a little bit. Stay with it. But they're coming out in another shotgun formation here, so let's see what they do.
Yeah, looks like a pass. Oh, and he's going deep.
And it's intercepted. Wow.
Who is that?
Great
interception. Great pick by him. He climbed the ladder and got over Odell Beckham. Not many guys who can say that.
Absolutely. And, you know, the thing about Odell Beckham is, you know, people say he takes plays off. It looked like right there he didn't even fight for the ball. Kind of disappointed in that one.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't try at all on that. That's an F for him in my books. So let's see what the Chargers will do here. Short little pass. Oh, and a fumble. The Giants have come up with it.
Wow. Would you challenge this? This kind of looked like he didn't have the full possession of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see a closer look. That was really close. I'm gonna give the upper hand to the refs here and say they did a good job. I think it was a fumble.
And that the Chargers are not challenging this. They're giving the Giants great field position here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Finally got some room there on the run. Paul Perkins came in, got 5 yards. That's the way to start off a drive.
He did. And, like we had talked about, he's got to kind of stick with this game plan. It will open up. Don't get frustrated. A lot of guys, what they do is they get frustrated. If they can't run the first 2 drives, they just kind of ditch it. I do like this. Chad is keeping with the run.
Yep, coming out in a full house formation. Oh, no run. Wow. Playing a little trickery. He's been running all game. Figured come out in a running formation and pass it. I like the call.
I do too. It kind of throws the Chargers off here because you do the way they were set up. It did look like they were expecting to run.
Yeah, and it looks like Perkins is going to be a big part of their game plan today, coming up with that catch.
First and goal. What do you think they do here? I think they do a draw up the middle.
Yeah, inside zone, I would say. Oh, and there it is. Perkins.
Into the defender. He had a wide open. If he would have kind of took off to the right a little bit from where he was, he would have probably had a touchdown there, but he ran into his left tackle and got tackled on that one. Kind of disappointing.
I still like the play call. He got about yards that he needs.
Absolutely. I like the play call as well.
It's putting him in position, right? I mean, he's got another 2, maybe 3 shots if he can get close enough.
No reason to force the ball here.
Here we go. They're going for some slants. Odell Beckham. No, can't come up.
Drops it. 2 targets, and both of them were piss poor. I have to say that I'm very disappointed in that. But you know what? One thing that I will say is we had talked about this pregame. Eli had the time in the pocket. So this could play a big factor in the game going forward here.
Yeah, it's going to make a big difference. They aren't getting that pass rush though. They're putting a little bit of pressure on him, but we still haven't seen him get hit. So here we go. Pass outside. That's going to be close. What do you think?
I think he's in. Oh, it's 4th and goal. I would challenge that one. You didn't use your challenge on the other one.
Yeah, and if you're not going to challenge it, go for it, Chad. This is come on, man. You got to put it on the line.
Yeah, it looks like they're thinking about it here. And that's another player we haven't really talked about was Ingram. I do like this guy. He's out of Ole Miss, rookie year. But, having Eli as your quarterback, I feel like he's going to get about 50 or 60 catches this year. I like this. And it looks like
what do you think? You think we're going to get the 4th down attempt?
We called it to go for it.
Of course. I like the call.
I say you do a goal line, you don't even fake it, and you punch it right in the middle.
Yep. Just showing his huevos right now. Come on. Let's see what they got, though. This is exactly what the XCFL is about, man. You got big, powerful Chargers run defense, number 1 in the league, trying to stuff this Giants run game that they've tried so hard to establish early.
Shotgun. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Let's see what he's got. He's 4-0 for a reason.
Look at the hole open up on that one. Touchdown. Paul Perkins up the middle.
Yeah, that was a nice draw play. Perkins barely got the yardage that he needed, even with that O-line making that hole. But I love the play call, man. Go for it. What are you doing? Like, worst case scenario, you're leaving them on the 1, and you got one of the better defenses.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, you got to go for it in that situation. I mean, maybe if you were on the 5 or something, but like you said, if you're on the goal line, go for it. I mean, punch it up the middle. Make them work for it, You
don't have the confidence in your team to get 1 yard or stop them when they have 99 to go, then you got no business in the playoffs anyways.
Yeah, and that actually does bring up a good point. You have to show your quarterback and your own line that you have confidence in them. Doing that, Chad did show his players that, hey, look, I rely on you. I know you guys can get it done, and that's exactly what he did.
I like it, man. 7-0 Giants. Here we go. Let's see if the Chargers got something a little better than a fumble in store for us here.
Never put the pressure, but he gets it out. Nice catch, Benjamin.
That was a perfect break. For him the second he made that break. I like it.
And it looks like Chad's not afraid to bring the pressure out.
Nope. Here we go. We got a bit of a heavier formation. Looks like a run.
Nice, outside.
Oh, he's going to go with this.
Hit that juke a little earlier. I think he could have been gone on that one.
Yeah, I think so. And any kind of move, but that's Landon Collins, man. That's a good player. He's hard to take out of his boots.
Absolutely, but you can't fault the Chargers though. They got a good pickup there, and they're past midfield. So let's see what they can do with this.
Beautiful run. Here we go. Another run outside again, the same formation. Same result though. Get about 5 yards. Oh, 3 yards. Pardon me.
Nice little carry. I mean, you're going in the second down, 2nd and 7.
Yeah.
Maybe hit him with a slant or something here and pick up a couple more yards. Put it 3rd and short, or heck, go for a long pass and see if you can pick up a first down or a touchdown on this one.
We got a shotgun formation, a little different this time instead of the heavy formation he's been coming out in. Looks like he's got the tight end open on the right side. Nice move. Oh.
Could have kept his balance. He would have been gone on that one.
Yeah, he made a great juke move, but just couldn't get it done.
Phillip Rivers has been blessed with the weapons he's been surrounded with. I mean, I know we've talked about Gordon being out, but look at this. Hunter Henry, one of the best tight ends in the game, and all those receivers that he has.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a lot of weapons. Even, what about his first-round pick, Mike Williams?
Yeah, Mike Williams, great player there. Oh, no. Face mask penalty on Vernon. Puts him even in better field position than this one. They're first down and 10 on the 10. So pretty much 1st and goal here.
Yeah, that's a big mistake by Vernon. I really don't like that. It was like a 2-yard gain. What are you going to gain from that, really? Like, let him have 1 more yard, 2nd and 7. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it looks like the Chargers really trying to hit the outside runs here with the Williams speed. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if he goes with that. Another pass. Rivers is 4 for 4 for 46 yards. He's been perfect.
Yeah, he's had a good little game so far. It's just too bad about the fumble, or else, the Chargers would be running show right now if not.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be probably hitting a little bit. It seems like right now he's been liking the drag routes and the shorter routes just to keep it safe. He knows he's going against a 4-0 team. He's not trying to do anything stupid here. I like the play calling so far. Yep, looks like that's the end of the first quarter here.
Yeah, what do you think about the first quarter? What are your takeaways so far?
I liked it. Other than the fumble, I feel like the Chargers have been able to kind of move the ball at will. Obviously Chad got a prayer answered there and got the ball on the 17 and was able to punch it in. But I like the way the Chargers, the way they're moving the ball. If they're able to keep on doing this and limit the turnovers, I really think that they have a good shot of winning this. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna say the Giants. I really like what Coach Chad has been doing so far. He's pounding the running game, and I really like that.
Look at this
one.
Wow,
this is weird.
Offensive. Wow.
Formation, new to this game. Houston ran it in the playoffs a couple years ago, and it worked pretty well, but I don't know about that well. We got a touchdown for the Chargers.
Yeah, and it looks like the Giants were not ready for that. They only brought out, kind of surprising, they only brought out 3 linemen to stick there, and he was able to punch it in. So it's 7-7.
Yeah. Let's see, man. I mean, it's going to be a good game. If there's one thing I'm sure of, this game's going to come down to the final quarter.
Yeah, and unlike last week, we had a blowout in our primetime feature, but I do feel like this is a great matchup to put on the primetime game. Both teams coming in hot. I think this is, like you said, it's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, so let's see what the Giants got here. How do you expect them to come out on this? Do you think they'll keep trying to pound the ball?
Absolutely. Or do you think stick with the run. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to do that, but stick with the run. They were able to really, towards the tail end of that, really catch the blocks and get Perkins open. So look at that. Over the middle.
So one problem that I'm seeing here is they're setting up the run, and they haven't done any play action yet. That's a big mistake by Coach Chad.
When he passes, he's going to pass. When he runs, you kind of know he's going to run. That's how turnovers happen. So it will be interesting to see if he does kind of maybe throw him off here.
Yeah. So we got a single back formation here. Play. A little bit of adjustments by Eli. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Perkins.
Yeah, and they were able to come in there. If you notice, they did adjust their line to the side that he had pushed his running back to go to. So he's being a little bit, I say, predictable here. So maybe, throwing in a play action would just kind of catch San Diego off guard here.
Not much.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
lost.
I really think so. He seems averse to it.
Still used to saying San Diego here. So
Yeah.
look at that play action like we had called for. But he threw it right into coverage. You
He
can't.
threw that too early. And if he would have waited for those receivers to get by the zones, it would have been a touchdown for sure. Instead, you've got an
Absolutely.
interception.
Yeah, and that's a good point. If he would have been a little bit more patient, there was not a lot of pressure coming in. It looked like the receivers were start to break away from their defenders, but when you have a safety there in the zone, yeah, you got to wait for that. You bring up a good point on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a learning experience, but here we go. We got a Chargers run up the middle, a couple yards, 2-3 yards. Oh, 5.
Yeah, Williams has really been able to run the ball here. I mean, we thought he was just going to be an outside run back, but obviously Chargers is really wanting to mix it up here and keep Chat off his game, and it looks like they're able to do that thus far.
Yeah, I'm looking for someone like JPP to make a play right here.
And a fumble.
Another fumble.
And this is why you pay the running backs the big money, because of their carrying ability. Like we had talked about, their injuries is huge. Having Gordon out, and now they got a guy that has already dropped the ball twice and put the Giants in great field position.
Yeah, these fumbles are making all the difference, and the coach of San Diego is going to have a talk at halftime here.
Yeah, and even make a change maybe. Look at that, at the corner.
Yeah, little pass play, but I mean 3 yards, whatever. Start off your drive with a completion. That's positive at least.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, especially in a big game like this, you cannot drop the ball. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if he still keeps him in.
Got an I-form formation, a lot of heavy packages there. Almost every tight end or lineman was on the field, and they still got beat behind the line.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising with the 2 players we mentioned being out. He's still able to get pressure and stop the run here. The Chargers are really loaded in their front 7.
If I'm Eli, I'm having a conversation with my lineman after this next set, because that's unacceptable to get beat that bad with all those big boys in.
Look at this big pass play to Odell Beckham, and that's
right down the seam, right where you like it.
One of the things I like about this is he saw that, cover 2 was being played a lot, so he went with the post play to kind of break up that middle. I like that play call. Eli saw it. This is why he is one of the elite quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, he is one of the best. He's won 2 Super Bowls, so.
Look at that. Touchdown.
Wow. Well, that was a beautiful
line. You can't do it much better. He lofted it right there, right in his hands. Wasn't really hard for him to get that. They are up 14-7, and may I point out, they're up 14-7 off of 2 turnovers that have led to 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and I'm going to point out one other thing that I noticed from a coaching standpoint. That's the second time that the Chargers have ran that defensive play this quarter. I think Eli noticed that, and he knew exactly where to attack it, and that's where having a veteran QB can come in handy.
We all know Chad is a very colorful character, kind of reminds you of Rex Ryan, but I really feel like he kind of plays, like he's not as smart at this as he is. And, he's actually noticed I feel like both of those times and took advantage of it. Yeah, good job pointing that out.
So let's see what the Chargers got in store here. Not really much they could change, to be honest. They've kind of just fumbled up, so maybe just make sure you drive.
You don't have a very you don't have a lot of depth at running back. I mean, if you don't go to Williams, you may go to someone else that might not be able to carry the ball as well. What do you do in this situation if you're the coach for the Chargers?
I'd like to see, they're going for big pass plays, outside runs. I'd like to see a little more traditional football here. Get some completions and run up the middle. Let the guys get some confidence.
I like it. Here we go. 1st and 10. Tries to draw them off sides, and they go with the run.
Yeah, there we go. They followed my advice there. Let's see what this does. I have good things in store for this drive. I see some points coming up.
The thing I like about the Chargers coach, he didn't shy away from the run, kept going with it. Now, he did put Oliver in. Oliver's a little bit more experienced, but I like that he's not switching off his game plan. You can't just go to the pass. You can't get excited like that. And a lot of guys, inexperienced, will do that. 2nd and 8. Philip Rivers back to wide open Williams. Another first down. 5 for 5, 57 yards.
I like it. This is just what I was talking about. Started off with the run up the gut, then finish it off with an easy completion. You've got athletes. Get them into space. They'll do the work.
Yeah, and you're only down 7. You might as well just keep with the game plan. It's not like you're down, 27 to 7 or anything, crazy. Stick with the game plan. Keep the guys in that you trust.
Yeah, and the Chargers are going to get first ball in the second half, so they've got an opportunity here to score twice in a row.
I don't know if you've seen that play, but the left guard got held up by the center, which allowed the linebacker to break free and get that tackle. That was horrible play by the left guard.
He really, the left tackle, the left guard, that just blew everything up.
Yeah, and that's got to be frustrating for the runner, especially when you know that there's a little bit of a hole there if he makes that block.
Right,
over the middle.
Right.
First down to Keenan Allen.
Oh, yeah, nice throw. Sometimes that's on the quarterback, though, to make adjustments. I felt like the Giants had a bit of a shifted line there, and they didn't make any adjustments on the line. They just snapped the ball.
Yeah, and this has got to be worrying Coach Chad a little bit, especially, Philip Rivers coming out here 6 for 6. You're not able to stop him, and it seems like you're not even able to get any type of decent pass rush going. What kind of answers does he have for this? You can't keep getting turnovers.
Yeah, his defense has been a human sieve so far. He's gotten lucky by the fumbles. So let's see if they can maybe make a stop at some point in this game.
So let's see. Let's see if we can make a guess here. He's 7 for 7 with 2 minutes left. Do you think in a halftime with 0 incompletions? What do you think?
It sure is looking that way. I don't think so, though. Once they pack it in on the goal line, it gets a lot tougher to throw there. I could see a turnover, actually.
Oh, Philip Rivers back again. But look at it. He's hitting these underneath routes. If I was the coach, and look at that. He picks up more than he should. 21 yards on that play to be exact. If I'm coach, I am hitting cover 2, and I am shading underneath. You cannot let these guys pick you apart like this. I know he's worried about the long routes, but Philip Rivers is just eating him alive underneath.
Yeah, it's pretty clear here that what Coach Chad is doing on defense is not working. Switch it up. Try some more man-to-man. Try something.
But if you notice what he's doing here in his first incompletion, so he will not go into the half with 100% completion rating. But if you notice what he's doing here, he's letting him have those short underneath routes because he does, he'll give him that and hope that he can stop him or make him turn the ball over. I do like it somewhat, but it's kind of like at some point you got to start making consistent stops and putting him in 3rd and long situations.
Yeah, that's the old Tampa 2 style defense. But, here we go. Oh, they stopped him right before the goal line. That was almost
touchdown on that one. I can't believe he didn't get on that. Looked like the linebacker had the momentum on that one.
Yeah, I'd like to see a timeout by Coach Chad here and see if he can get the ball back.
You got to call it, especially with over a minute 15 left. You're moving the ball well. You got to call timeout here. You're almost guaranteed that he's going to score. You got to, but it looks like he's going to let the clock run down here. And if I'm Chargers coach, I'm going to let it run down as long as I can because you've got 3 timeouts if it gets too low, but you're not giving the Giants enough time to go down and score.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers are getting the ball back in the second half. That's for sure. So try and score twice if you're the Chargers. If you're Chad, you got to try and break that up with getting a field goal in the middle here.
And they finally stopped the toss play. This is a play that has been working for them all game. This is the outside run, but the Giants looked like they were ready for it. Looked like they snuffed it out, and it looks like now they're going by running back by committee. Barner actually got the carry on that one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're thinking here. Kenyon Barner's not a huge running back. I'd like to see maybe play action pass, actually.
And look at that. Giants come out in goal line, and they're ready for the run. They go with the fullback dive, but it does not work. this Giants interior defense has been actually stepping up pretty well. If you look at the plays, they've been really successful on their runs. It's been the outside plays away from the interior linemen. I do like what their defense is doing right now. What do you think they go with in this third down situation, Brent?
I think it's going to go exactly the way I predicted it before. I see a play action pass coming, and I see an interception coming. I called that when it was in the goal line, it would be packed up. You can throw a pick, and I think that's going to happen right now.
Oh, look at that outside play, but they were ready. They stop it. And now they're not going to stop the clock. It looks like we're going to go into halftime 14-10. What are your thoughts on that play?
I like the grittiness. You know what? I'm fine going in half this way now. Before I wanted the timeout because I thought the Chargers would score the touchdown. Now that you've stopped them, you have something to hang your hat on. The boys are going to go in real happy about this stop. Whereas if Eli throws a pick or something before half, then you're going in upset. So I like it.
You actually mentioned this. You actually mentioned that if it gets close to the goal line, they can make a big stop here, and that's exactly what they did. It looks like that they were ready for the short yardage, but they've been getting kind of picked apart in the passing game. And, the Chargers didn't want to pass, that close and do that, give up a turnover. So you kind of called that. That was a great stop by the Giants. And going into halftime, that's only going to motivate you even more, even though you got to kick the ball back to them.
Yeah. So here we're going to have halftime in a second here. I guess first things first, why don't we get to our on-field reporter, Coach Boone. Coach Boone, were you able to speak to the coaches there at halftime? Okay, it appears we're having a little difficulty right now. What do you think so far about our game here?
Good game. I definitely think hello. Can you hear me? Are you hearing me?
Yep, we can hear you good.
Sorry. All right. So, I got a chance to talk to the coaches, and I definitely think that the coaches are noticing a lot about the gameplay here, and I think they have a lot that they want to pick up as far as the Chargers goes. The Chargers offense, I was told by Coach Chad, the Chargers offense is doing a lot of underneath, a lot of deep drop backs. Definitely something he's noticing. You definitely want to get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, try and put somebody in his face because he's getting a lot of time back there with his drop backs, and he's getting a lot of time to read the underneath. I definitely think that he needs to take the time to notice that when it's a bunch formation, you're looking at outside routes a little bit more. And I think you guys had a good point with the cover two underneath shading. That will probably be a good choice because he's doing a lot of dragging across field, stretching the defense out, and it's really having a pretty poor effect on it. But in general, the Chargers need to hold on to the football. That's really their only downfall is they need to hold on to the football. The Giants have played an amazing game as far as defense is concerned, and they've had a really good offensive output, very balanced, taking the time, reading the field, making the right throws. A lot of times taking a check down receiver instead of just trying to force it into some windows. He did have that one pass where he truly tried to throw it a little early, but I think he just felt a little antsy, a little anxious. Eli Manning just needs to take the time to settle down, take his time, survey the field like he was doing before, and I think he'll fall back into a very comfortable groove.
Hey, Coach Boone, this is Brian here. I have a question for you. After watching those two fumbles from Williams, have you heard any rumblings down there that the Chargers are going to go with a running back by committee going forward?
I think that they still believe in Williams, but I definitely believe that you may see a back or two sneak in there and maybe get a chance, not necessarily split by committee, but get a chance to show if he can do something. Because I think at this point, they're so deep in the depth chart, your third, fourth string running back isn't necessarily the option you want to go with because Andre Williams is a solid back. He may just be having a bad game, and I think that's just kind of the feel. He had a bad game. It was a little bit of a wake-up call. Maybe time for him to wake up and kind of show and prove that he's ready to handle this load.
And did you get to discuss with Coach Zach at all the Whitney Merciless situation? I know he was suspended for one game, sleeping through his meetings there. I want to know what the feeling on the field is about that.
Essentially, the team definitely misses Whitney Merciless. You could tell in the defensive play, his presence on the edge. He's a leading sack getter. He has been for many years now in the XCFL. But as far as this Madden is concerned, he's still a consistent leader on the defense, and he really just gets after the quarterback. And I think that's what's kind of holding them back as far as getting towards Eli Manning. You need that one guy besides Joey Bosa who can go get after the quarterback. And especially in the run game, without containing that edge, it leaves the outside open. We saw a couple runs go there for some decent yardage, but nothing too big. But you just missed that presence.
Okay, so let's get back into the action here. Thanks for that, Coach Boone.
No problem. Anytime.
Okay, so let's see. The Chargers are going to get the ball here. First half. What do you want to see from their offense, Brian?
I want to see consistency. I want to see them keep the ground game going, but I also want to see them maybe go over top. You know the Giants are going to make adjustments, and one of the adjustments is going to try to stop those drag routes. Why not try to put them off guard and throw a long pass? Let's see what they can do.
Okay, so here we go. First play coming up. We just finished the kickoff. Looks like they're going to be starting at the 25. No surprise there. Let's see what they got in store for us.
Yeah, and I really do think that one thing that's going to intrigue me is how often is he going to go to Williams? I mean, he's already made he actually has looked great up until those two fumbles, better than the other two running backs. But is he going to keep going to him? So we'll see here. He's actually in right now.
Yeah, he's on the field. It looked like a run, but now they're going into a shotgun formation. Yeah, they're still going to go to him. And here we got about 5 yards. Good run to start off the half.
Yeah, and I like that Philip Rivers saw that they were kind of light up front and, switched out to a shotgun. It probably made, Coach Chad think that they were going to actually throw a pass there. But, I like the inside zone, keeping it safe. He didn't fumble it, so that's a pro on that play.
So here we go. We got a bunch formation out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Looks like it's going to be a pass. Oh, and wow, he's lucky that wasn't picked off.
But if you noticed, he looked like he was playing underneath, and he was waiting for that. So great adjustment by the Giants. Philip Rivers has got to do something different here. He can't keep going underneath. This is just not going to work all game. I know he wants to be consistent and keep all of his receivers in the game, but you've got to kind of throw him off guard here. I look for a post or maybe a seam or something. Maybe catch him off guard.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see. I kind of like that he tried to move it a little farther there. Let's see if he continues to try and push the ball deeper.
Yep, and the underneath route works on that. Kind of surprising with it being only 3rd and 6. The Giants decided to go into a cover 6 formation zone on that one. I would have definitely went for a cover 2 or at least a man and try to press the receivers on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to sit in zone pretty consistent here. They have mixed a little bit of man in, but I'd like to see a change. Philip Rivers is just finding the holes constantly. Why not try some man? They've got some good pass defenders here.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Williams gets his balance.
Wow.
Down and a flag. The flag is on Kennard for hitting after the play was over, and look at that. He is hurt. Look at him holding his hip.
Yeah.
That is not good.
That's too bad because that was a late hit, a little bit dirty, and he's going to miss the game over it.
Wow, that is huge. Great carry, though. If you notice when he has the 2 tight ends on each side, he has been known to throw the toss and do the sweep. Great carry there, but, man, that's huge. He hopefully he's going to be all right from that.
We got them lining up in I form. And looks like it's going to be a pass, a little bit unpredictable. And look at that. He's got some space.
One thing I want to point out there, the pass protection was phenomenal on that. Running back picked up the block. They went with 6 guys blitzing on that one, and they were able to pick that up, give Philip Rivers plenty of time to hit his favorite target over the middle for a nice carry.
And again, let's see if the Giants can stop him one more time or if the Chargers can redeem themselves and take the lead.
They look really good on this drive. I'm actually quite impressed with the way the coach has made adjustments on this. He has been very hard to predict on this drive.
Coming out of the I form again.
Looks like they're pinching their line.
Yeah. Oh, we got to run up the gut. Looks good.
Wow, touchdown.
Yep, it's in.
They run it up the middle for the touchdown. That was a great run there.
And if you're Williams, are you worried about losing your job? So far, you've had about 5 runs. 1 you fumbled, 2 you got stopped on the goal line, and you've got hurt. The other guy comes in, 1 run, bam, he's in the end zone.
it's definitely been a mix of emotions for this young running back. He's had the highs of highs and the lows of lows. I really hope he can get back in. It sounds like the coach still has his confidence in him, but yeah, if he misses any time, it's probably not going to spell anything positive for him. So yeah, I'm hoping that he gets back in the game, but yeah, he's got to have mixed emotions at this point. So kicking end zone, they're going to bring him up to the 25 here.
Yep, and it looks like we got a single back formation here. Looks like probably a run.
Look, they're shifting the line to the right.
Oh,
look at that!
And out the backside instead of they had it loaded up on the right side and they ran left. Didn't work out very well for him.
You're a left tackle. You have to keep that block. There's no reason why you should let an outside linebacker like that just kind of shed you. That's what's going to hurt the running game. I mean, if the Giants have any chance at this game, the offensive line has to play. That was very disappointing if I'm the coach for the Giants, that he did not hold that block.
Yeah, this run game, I don't know if they're going to be able to get it going. So here we go out of the shotgun formation with a bunch.
All the time in the world.
Oh, and it's a pick. That's going to be a big game changer. The Chargers D has finally come up with a play.
Yeah, and he was looking for Harris on the post there, and it looked like the Chargers had that. They knew. And if you looked, a lot of the receivers were going about 10 yards, comeback route. They had them carried as well. He didn't have anybody open. At that point, you just throw it away.
Yeah, I agree. He shouldn't have tried to force that. I think that he was getting a little bit antsy after the Chargers scored 2 straight.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, the Chargers' momentum, they just look perfect. And as I say that, he throws an incomplete pass. But I mean, what do you think? I personally feel like they've looked phenomenal in the second half. They look like a completely different team.
Yeah, the Chargers have been the better team all day, in all honesty. I mean, the 2 fumbles, that's only 2 guys' fault. As a team, the Chargers have looked great. Let's see, though. They're only up.
If they wouldn't have those 2 turnovers, it could be definitely a more lopsided game in their favor.
Might have a lot of turned off TVs in New York if those fumbles didn't happen by now.
Yeah, and another short route there, gets the first down. He just doesn't have an answer for those slants and drag routes. The Giants just seems like he just doesn't know how to stop those. And if I'm the Chargers, if I'm Phillip Rivers, and you have those receivers and tight ends, you keep dinking and dunking it down the field until they stop you. That's what you got to do, and that's what he's been doing so far.
Let's see. 3rd down here, I expect a stop from the Giants. I think this defense is going to pick them up again.
They're going to run it. I think they're going to get first down. Well, they're not going to run it. They do get
wow.
First down. And a fumble. Huge fumble.
Marty is fast. He could go all the way.
And he is gone. That is huge. What a momentum change.
21-17.
That was humongous. And the Giants have been playing bend but don't break defense. This has been phenomenal. I cannot believe that just happened. That was huge.
Something has to be said for this D, man. They've come up with 3 turnovers and a goal line stop when their offense consistently has been putting them in bad situations. This Giants D is a hero today.
Oh, absolutely. And if you look at it again, talked about it. They have been, they've been giving them the short ball there, but they're forcing Rivers to make the mistakes, and the entire Chargers offense to make the mistakes, and they have. That was huge. What a play by the Giants.
Yeah. So I think the Chargers are getting a little nervous now. I think they're going to come out. I expect to see them push the ball down the field. The coach is getting frustrated. He's going to try and get a big play, and I'm going to call it. It's not going to work out for him. Interception.
Like you said, if they do that, I mean, this is what the Giants been waiting for all game. They want them to force a pass, and that's what he's waiting for.
Here it is. Oh,
complete and almost an interception by Cromartie. Wow, yeah. That would have been huge.
I feel an interception coming on. I know that Coach Zach gets a little bit antsy when he's losing, and he's going to try and force this ball deep.
Great play thus far by both teams.
Yeah, the better team doesn't always win. Sometimes comes down to a player making a mistake. And just because Coach Chad hasn't been great on offense, his defense has been impeccable.
And if I'm the Chargers, I'm still going to try to rely on the run here. I'm still, you can't go away from that, especially only down, 4 points. You're on, he's on full tilt right now. So look at that.
Yep.
Interception. You called it. Look at that. Who's legs?
Yep. I've been in the XCFL quite a while. I know both these coaches, and I knew that Coach Zach was going to try and force a ball there, and look at that. Another pick six by this defense.
You called that, flawlessly. You said he's going to try to push it downfield, and it's not going to work. It seems like the Giants have been baiting him all day, kind of like you can have this, this little yard stuff, but as soon as you try to make a play down the field, I'm going to take it, and that's what he has done. This has been very impressive coaching by the Giants.
You said it, man. I'm starting to – okay, at the start I wasn't going to give him any credit for the fumbles, but these 2 pick sixes – or sorry, 1 pick six and a fumble 6 – he needs credit for these because he came up with a big hit, and he played the perfect coverage deep there.
Absolutely. That was – like I said, if there's been any type of bluff – in the NFL, it's been this. They have made the Chargers think that they're, great on offense and, giving Rivers this big confidence, and then they just waited for that to happen. So, yeah, they've been playing a game here. Now, it is going to be very interesting going forward what the Chargers do. You kind of pull back a little bit and say, you know what? We got to kind of go back to what's working, or do you kind of keep pushing it down the field? What do you think, Brent?
I would start to run the ball, but I know his coach is going to try and push it deep again. Oh, never mind. He's coming out with a run. I like the play call. 2 yards, but that's a good 2 yards.
Actually, 4 yards there, and they did push it. He has been pretty successful on the ground all day, other than the 2 fumbles. They've been pretty well at pushing, getting 4 or 5 yards here and there. You got to be and look at that, another short pass. You have to be patient. You're only down 11. And you got plenty of time to come back. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah. There's tons of time. 11 points is not much. Score 7 points, and there you go. You're back in the game. Actually, I'd probably go for 2 and make it a field goal. Let's see what they got here. So shotgun formation.
And he gets sacked. Wow.
That's the same guy who just had the pick 6 the previous.
Yeah. Is actually second on their he's second on their team in interceptions. He's had 3 before the game, before coming in here. So yeah, he's had a huge game.
Who would have thought Hertzlick would be the performer of the game going into this? I know I would.
College, yeah, he's a veteran though. He's ready to prove himself.
Here we go, deep. Oh, and that should have been another pick.
That should have been intercepted, and you had called that. You had said, "Look, I really don't have confidence that he's going to try to, keep his composure and try to, do what's working. He's going to push it down the field." That's exactly what he's doing. And unfortunately, he's in a 3rd and 19 situation. What do you do here?
I'd like to see a screen, back screen, see if you can get it. If not, punt it, put the Giants on their 1. Their offense hasn't done anything. It's been the D.
Look at that. Get the first down. Great first down.
Yeah, that's incredible. Coming up with that 3rd and 19. If the Chargers do win the game today, that's why. That was a huge play in this game.
Absolutely. And you would have thought in that situation they could go 4 verticals, and I think that's what probably Chad thought they were going to do. Kind of, try to get it all at once, but they, do a nice out route, and allow the receiver to pick up the rest.
Here we go. We got to run inside. Oh, wow. It was there. If he breaks that arm tackle off the D-line, he's gone.
Absolutely. He's gone. But still, a nice 4-yard gain there.
Yep. It all helps. And that was a really good arm tackle by 94, too. Let's not forget about that either.
2nd and 6 and a 4 wide receiver slot here. Pass.
Nice pass. That's that same route that he hit the last receiver on going out, just a different play. Those seem to be burning him right now. Those corners need to watch those C routes.
Yeah, and the corners, when you're – what I'm kind of disappointed with the Chargers, you go into a 4-3, when they're bringing out 4 receivers, you got to line them up. I know he's probably thinking he's going to run out of that, but you've got to line them up. You got to at least go with the nickel there.
Yeah. So here's another goal line stand opportunity. The Giants, I think they've stopped one and let one in so far on these. What do you think's going to happen this time?
I think you got to run it. I mean, you still can pick up a first down here, and he does. You can still pick up a first down here, and if you pick up a first down, you're almost right at the goal line. I feel like you have to be. You got to do what's working. If it's me, I'm doing a toss outside. That's been working all day on this defense. His linebackers have not been able to get off the blocks, and they're not fast enough to get the running back. So if it's me, I'm hitting the outside run.
I'd like to see something different. The outside run, you're right, it's been working. But if you remember, he tried 2 tosses the last time down here. Oh, pass, and there we go. We got a touchdown.
And that's for Henry. He has been abusing the middle. Hunter Henry has just been phenomenal today. Another touchdown from this guy. He's on fire.
So let's see if he'll go for 2 here. He has an opportunity to bring it to a field goal, and it looks like he's going to. The offense is coming.
You got to go. I think you got to drive it down to a 3-point game here. Looks like the Giants coming out in a goal line defense.
There we go. It's a pass play. Oh, nice route. The first receiver drew the defenders back, and then the outside receiver slipped in underneath them. Easy catch. I like it.
Running and great catch on that one. They're only down 3. This could have been a lot worse. I mean, I think you can agree with me, Brent. At this point, this could, with 4 turnovers and 2 of them going for a touchdown, this could be a lot worse right now.
This could have been really ugly, and the point where it could have turned really ugly is when the safety had an opportunity on the force deep to make that pick. If that safety comes up with that pick, this thing's over. New York wins. He drops it. LA makes the big first down.
And that's exactly what happened. And I think if you're you're kind of kicking yourself if you are that safety. I think it was Landon Collins. I'm not 100% sure, but the Giants have got to score on this, even if it's a game.
Oh, going deep. I don't like that play.
Beckham doesn't get it. What I was going to say is even if it's a field goal, you got to score on this drive. They have been pretty kind of cold on offense. I'd like to see him at least, kind of drive down the field here and score.
Yeah, he needs to start getting Eli some confidence and completion. Throw a short pass here. Looks like a draw. Nice run.
Look at this. He's got some open area. I feel like if he was Duke there, he could have broke off a lot longer run. But hey, you can't complain. You got the first down. I like the play calling. What about you?
Yeah, it's a good play call. It worked out great. I hate the job Paul Perkins did there. You're a running back. You got one-on-one in the open field. Don't get tackled.
I feel like that's one of their biggest needs right now is running back. I don't, not huge on Paul Perkins. As we say that, there's a face masking penalty, so they get another first down. They're going to have great field position going into the 4th. But, going back to what I said, you're Paul Perkins. You got to make these, you got to break these tackles in one-on-one situations. You've got a good line. And when you're getting the situation where you're one-on-one, you're not making it happen. The Giants are kind of weak in that area, in my opinion.
Be big. So here we go. Shotgun formation. Looks like they were just trying to draw him off sides there. Didn't work.
What's your thoughts going into the 4th quarter? What kind of adjustments do the Giants need to do to stop this offense?
Play safe. Don't give them the turnover that's going to give them the confidence. Get short underneath passes. Get field goals. And rely on your defense, who's really been the hero today.
Yeah, and they play the perfect game for that. I mean, they have not been they are trying to make the Chargers force mistakes, and that's what they've been doing here. Look at this. Oh, wide open. He misses the target. Both post routes were wide open on that situation. Wow.
Yeah, you don't expect that from Eli. The game's on the line. This is one of the clutchest performers around. He's never been a great quarterback, but when it comes to clutch time, Eli's always performed.
Agreed.
I'm surprised that he did that.
Yeah, agreed on that. He definitely has been clutch, and that was definitely not clutch throwing that pass.
No.
Looks like they're waiting for the run. They're looking for an inside zone here.
Yeah, they're not going to get it. He's going deep with this one. He's making the adjustments.
Yep, and you called it. He's going deep. Throw the ball.
Oh, tried to take the short dump off. Didn't work out. No hands.
And again, we talk about Perkins. You got to make that catch. If you catch and turn that, that's the first down. You can't.
Perkins, for a guy who has good stats, Perkins has just played awful today.
He has. He is. He probably has. He's had a decent stat line this year, but this game he's played awful. I mean, you got to hit the holes. He's made these little boneheaded mistakes that you make as a freshman college player. Eli's got to be able to rely on you, and he has not been able to rely on him all game.
Here we go. Looks like he's got the open tight end, and he hits.
Look at Ingram.
Nice play by Coach Chad. Go all the way. Touchdown.
Look at that beautiful pick. I don't know if you noticed that, but there was another receiver blocking a cornerback, and he had a kind of where he put the other defensive back that didn't have anybody blocked, and he picked him. So basically that defender blocked 2 cornerbacks, and he was able to get the touchdown there. I love that play. Ingram is going to be a superstar in this league.
Yep. So here we go. Point after attempt. Looks like it's going to be good. Straight through. And great drive by Chad. He had 2 situations where it looked like the drive might be stopped, and he came up with a play in both of them. 35-25.
Both third down situations that you just talked about. So, yeah, absolutely. I love the play calling there. And Eli's confidence, this guy never lacks confidence. So, third down and 100, this guy is still going to go out there and, try to make a play out of it. So it's going to be interesting. The Chargers down 10 in the fourth quarter with a little over 7 minutes left. What do they do here? Do they just keep dunking over, and getting the short yardage, or do they go deep? What do you think?
No, I think they have to start trying to push the ball now. They're coming out in that monster formation again. Let's see how it works. He got a touchdown last time. Oh, nice run. He's got a hole.
And I don't know why there was only 2 defensive tackles on that play. That was, he should have, and I don't know if it's the way it's set up, but the defensive tackles got to be looking at that. They just gave this guy a first down.
Yeah, it's stupid coaching on the defense there. Move some more guys inside. There's no reason. That they're not coming out and throwing out of that formation, or if they are, you can probably cover it with a few zones on the sides. Here we go. We got a play-action play. He's going deep. He's looking for it all.
He got the tight end. Or is that the receiver? Look at that catch.
Yeah, that's number 12. That's a receiver. I want to say maybe –
no, it was Keenan Allen.
Oh, okay.
I saw him open the entire time, but the way he made that throw is just so the safety didn't get to pop him, and I love it. He caught it, fell down on the ground, got the yardage.
Yeah, that was a great catch. Nice.
What is Adams doing? He gave Hunter Henry his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, Hunter Henry just walked in there, and it wasn't because of his own deking prowess. The safety just whiffed.
That was horrible coverage there by the defender. I mean, you cannot give that play up. You've got to keep pushing them. Now that drive that Eli had was from nothing.
Yeah. It still kept him in front, so I wouldn't say nothing, but his defense certainly let him down there.
Yeah, if you're the defense, you've got to keep pushing him underneath.
So now we got the predicament here. The Giants could look to start chewing clock, but at the same time, you don't want to try too hard and give the ball back to them.
Really?
So here's the time for Odell to shine. Gets it out to the 30-yard line. Nothing too big on that kick.
Eli Manning, I've got to go to Odell this drive at least a couple times. You got to look his way. They haven't, he hasn't really passed to him a lot, but you're getting close. You got to do the clutch play here. They haven't been looking at him. You got to get the ball to him.
Yep, I agree. Here's a run to Perkins. Yeah, God, he's awful today. No yards. So what I would like to see actually is a screen here. They haven't ran a screen all game, the Giants. I'd like to see a little receiver screen outside to Odell Beckham, get him space to use his legs.
Yeah, and I agree. If he does the screen here, it's definitely going to catch the Chargers, off guard here. They're not expecting a screen. I think, if I'm the Chargers, I'm expecting maybe a middle route or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he hasn't been utilizing the screen or the outsides of the field the whole game, so why not take a shot? We got him here in shotgun. It looks like a corner route, and he's got it.
No, he didn't. He did not get his feet in. Do you challenge this? It looked like he got his feet in on that one.
Yeah, I would consider it, and if not, I'm benching Brandon Marshall. That's god awful. He had plenty of room to drag those feet, and he's supposed to be a star in this league.
And Brandon Marshall's always been known to be a superstar wideout, but again, kind of take the plays off. He doesn't always give it 110%, and that's been his knock his whole career.
That's awful, man. That could ruin the game. That could be the difference for the Chargers right there. Here we go, going deep.
Oh, and he drops it. Wow, Odell has had a horrible game all game. That was his third drop of the game.
That is just god awful. I do not know what to say about that. Come on, Odell, you're a star. You were wide open. You got to hold on to that. If they lose, that's why.
Yeah, being a superstar wideout, wanting all that money, you cannot drop the ball like that. I mean, this is the third time, and then especially in that type of situation, you've got to make that catch.
I mean, have his receivers made a play for him yet today? I feel like the Giants have just been let down by their offense as a whole, except for Eli.
Well, his only safeguard has been Ingram, but yeah, I mean, everyone else is kind of letting down.
The receivers have let him down. The running backs have let him down. And here's the hero, the defense. Let's see what they can do. We got a run going to the left side. Hole was there, but he didn't get quite through it.
When we talk about Williams, 12 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown. Take away the 2 fumbles and him getting hurt, he's had a pretty stellar game.
Yeah, I mean, 2 fumbles and getting injured, though, I don't know if I can forgive that as a coach. You'd have to have like 200 yards and 4 touchdowns for me to forget about that.
Runs into his receiver and drops the pass. 3rd and 2. What do you do here? If I'm the Chargers, I run it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. You haven't really ran in the close down situations so far. Switch it up, catch the Giants off guard.
If I'm the Giants, I'm bringing the heat. It's 3rd and 2. Bring the heat.
Yeah, but he was in a lot of short underneath passes. I'd like to see a cover 2 with the shading underneath right here. So let's see. We got the single back formation up here.
Exactly what he does. Keenan Allen runs out of bounds wisely after seeing everybody else fumble the ball. Keenan Allen runs out of bounds, knowing the guy that gives the game up for the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see, like I said, that cover 2 shading underneath would work perfectly.
Look at that, Harrison. That's why they paid him the big bucks. Gets in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Great tackle by the big boy.
Yep, and he's rubbing his belly. That's why they call him Snacks.
That's right. 2nd and 12. If I'm Eli, or if I'm Phillip Rivers, I'm doing another, either an outside post to Hunter Henry, or maybe a drag to Keenan Allen, let him make the play.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter Henry's got – you better have double coverage on him here because he's the only one.
And they don't. And look at that. That is kind of questionable. I saw his other 2 receivers pretty wide open, and he goes with the post route, and he doesn't get it. And that guy was guarded pretty well.
Yeah, I think the defense saw something there. I've seen this mesh route run quite a bit by the Chargers this game, and I think that the Giants' safeties recognized it. They've went to the C route every time as opposed to the short routes, and I think they jumped it.
Great point there. He goes to Hunter Henry. Yep. Look at Hunter Henry.
Yep, get the double on him. He's only got single coverage. Oh, they're moving into a zone. They didn't like the look of the man.
What happened there?
I don't know. That was definitely the assignment.
Well, he's been running cover 2 all game. The one play that kills cover 2, verticals. I mean, obviously that pulled the inside linebacker off that the inside there, and he was able to break free.
Yeah, he's almost got it backwards. He called the cover 3 last time when it was 3rd and short, and then on 3rd and long he calls cover 2. He needs to be calling those defenses opposite of each other.
Great run, but there's a flag, and it's holding against Derek Watt, JJ's other brother. Now,
what a play.
Yeah, and it's 1st and 8.
What a big play in this game, though. That had them in field goal range when they're down by 3. They could have started to kill the clock, tried to score the touchdown. Worst case scenario, we get free football. Look at the difference now with that holding call.
Still in pretty good situation here. And here's Oliver. falls down. Oh my gosh. Or Barner, I'm sorry. If he would have maintained his balance, he would at least broke out for an 8 to 10 yard carry there.
Yeah, that's a big play in this game. Again, the Chargers have had 2 chances here to kind of try and put them away, and they've messed them both up with a holding call and just poor running.
Absolutely, and that was huge. 2nd and 7. I think they're going to look for the outside routes on this one. Rivers. He goes deep, and he's intercepted.
Oh, wow. This Giants defense has come up with plays all day. I love it.
Wow.
Go down, young fella. What are you doing taking hits and trying to break tackles? They don't pay you to run with the ball. They pay you to take it and go down unless there's open field.
Absolutely. And wow, what a mistake there. He had a couple routes open on that one, and he goes long. It seems like Chad's baiting him on defense has worked all game. And look at this Perkins game. And look at the defenders. They're letting him score.
Yeah, I've never seen that in the NFL when you have 3 timeouts left and the 2-minute warning.
Well, maybe they're wanting to get the ball back so they can hurry up and score. They're worried that the Giants are now going to run out the clock, which is looking like what they're going to do.
Yeah, all right. I don't like it, but
I don't either. You go for the tackle and you get him. Worst case, he's at the 30, and maybe you can stop him from scoring a field goal.
Yeah, hopefully Chad's smart enough to run this down to the 2-minute, and it looks like he's going to. 2-minute warning. Wow, if the Chargers can get a stop here, would we ever be in for a hell of a last drive?
I look for the Giants to run a very conservative offense now.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see 3 runs up the middle, kill off those timeouts, or score a touchdown, one or the other.
The Chargers here run in a dime formation. Why do you run that type of formation here when there's only you're on the 4? He's going to run the ball. Come out in a goal line or 4.
I do not get it at all. That was a foolish play call. I guess he was hoping for a mistake on play calling by Chad, but why would he? He's going to run it 2 more times. And again, a foolish formation coming out.
Oh, and he stops him. Stop.
That's just bad running by Perkins. He had the tackle coming outside there, or the sweeping guard, and he ran faster around the outside of his guard instead of just following the guard in.
He would have followed the guard. He would have got in easily.
Yeah. But, you kind of want to kill all 3 of these timeouts, so it's not the worst case scenario. You still have another play. You just got to make sure that you don't fumble here.
What a game. Did you imagine that this game was going to be as exciting as it is right now?
I did, actually. I thought this was going to come down to the 4th quarter. These are 2 good coaches.
Passing. What are they doing?
Oh, God. You
better score. And he drops it. But most importantly, instead of running it in worst case scenario, going down and making the Chargers use their last timeout, and you're going to give them at least one more timeout, but they have to score a touchdown at this point.
Yeah, I do not like it at all.
This last drive.
You've got a coach who hasn't been able to move the ball on your defense very well other than short passes.
What are they?
So if you leave him with no timeouts and he just has those short passes over and over, he's not going to score. But now you've given him the ability to call a timeout, maybe try and get 20 yards on you before going deep.
It looks like the Giants are going to go for it on 4th and goal on the 3. This is mind-boggling right now. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in New York here. This is a god-awful collapse by the Giants. What? Oh, he just, I can tell you what's happening right here. Coach Chad has never been in this position. He's always been on the losing end of games in the XCFL. And to do here, man, he's confused. He's never been in these types of games winning. So let's see if it works out.
I'm going to go for it. This is the game for me right here. If he doesn't get this is going to give the Chargers huge advantage.
Yeah, this is sickening.
He's trying to draw him off sides. I don't know.
This is sickening. Oh, it looks like it might work.
He's kind of getting close to the line. Hut the ball.
It only gets him a yard, though. It doesn't give him the first down. So if I'm the Giants, I'm kicking a field goal here. There's no way that I'm giving them a chance to drive down and score on me and either tie or, win this. If I'm the Giants, and they do. That was a little questionable. But now, the Chargers down 6. A minute and 35 left. This is why it was picked as the game of the week.
Yeah. And the reason I was saying hut the ball earlier, and Chad made a huge mistake, is because if you draw him off and hut the ball, you get to run the play. If you score a touchdown, or if not, then you kick the field goal. By him waiting for the left tackle to jump, then he doesn't get the play anymore. He just got the yard, which didn't help him at all.
Yeah, and that's a good point. If he was going to wait, let the clock go down, at least he would have got, another 5 yards to make him kick the field goal. But, yeah, I mean, in that situation, he pretty much guaranteed him that he was going to get 3 points off of that. Here we go.
Or by the Chargers. I mean, you want him to hut that ball if you're the Chargers. Besides, of course.
Wow. They were out in 4 wide with a running back. Set the running back into blocking, and they get a first down.
Yeah. Let's see what they got. That's kind of piss poor defense right there.
They played man on that. The Giants' defense has not always been has not only played man well, so it'd be interesting to see what they do here.
Now, I'd kind of like to see a blitz on this drive by Chad. I know it opens up the deep pass, but he hasn't done it at all.
He sacks him. Huge, and he fumbled it.
Oh, wow.
Back.
Big. Now let's see if they can, you know what, though? Lineman, a gold star, getting all the way back there to get that ball when there's 3 Giants in the area.
2nd and 25. That is huge. And it
Yeah,
doesn't look like
time coming off, too.
The Chargers are going to burn their last time out.
They have to. Lots of time came off there. That was crazy by Chadwick to leave him with that timeout because the game would be over right now if he would have ran the ball.
Absolutely.
It doesn't look like they're going to use the timeout. They're going to let the time tick down.
Did he get it? Oh, no, they don't. It's 3rd and 25. It looked like he had picked that up.
Oh, I thought he did too, and what a waste of the timeout. That is terrible coaching because the clock was stopped anyways after the incomplete pass.
It's sad that he can't get that back, thinking that they didn't make the catch, but they waved it off. It's 3rd and 25. Like you said, horrible call there. Like Philip Rivers making some audibles, making some adjustments. And they intercept it. That is your ball game. Wow. Cromartie had a huge game.
He's going to go back and make a 13th baby tonight. I can feel it.
I can feel it as well. Hopefully he does not do that as he's on the tail end of his career. But wow, what a game. 1st and 10, they're going to kneel the ball out. The Chargers were not good going long, and the Giants just waited. They were patient in their defense. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean.
And he's running the ball still.
What are you doing?
Got it down the ball.
Kneel the ball. This has just been god awful to watch by these 2 coaches. Just so many bad coaching decisions. But look at them. They only got 2 losses between them. One of these coaches is undefeated.
Yeah, and the Chargers are going to fall 3-2, and nobody happier about that than the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders, Coach Doss definitely wanted to see the Chargers lose today. But wow, 5-0. This has been amazing. An amazing run for Coach Chadwick.
Yep, just like Coach Doss just chimed in, game, blouses. Because this has been a poor game, but someone had to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I cannot believe that all the turnovers that the Chargers made, they didn't get beat worse than what they did.
Oh, God. In my opinion, there was no winners today.
No, the only winners were the people that were drunk at the stadium.
Other than that, at least it was a good XCFL game day. I mean, I had fun being here. Chad got the win. He keeps his undefeated streak going. Not much else I can say about this one.
No, I mean, the receivers, Odell Beckham had a pretty bad game as far as that goes. Had about 3 drops, kind of took the play off on a couple of plays there. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the stats there, 341 passing yards by the Chargers, only 160 by the Giants, 6 takeaways.
Yeah, that defense came up huge today. I mean, we were talking about it all game. The defense of the Giants was about the only person who came out to play. And then Phillip Rivers, I mean, he had a good game, but his players let him down.
They did, but in the end, he did. He lost the game for him. He threw, a lot of errant passes and pretty much took him out of contention there. While their defense, I got to say, the Chargers defense played pretty well for the most part.
Well, let's look ahead. This game's in the books, so there's nothing more we can say about this. Next week, the Chargers have the Raiders. What do you think is going to happen there?
It's going to be a huge rivalry game here. The Chargers have to win that. If not, they're going to go down 2 games and maybe fall out of contention for the AFC West. So I see the Chargers making some adjustments, and hopefully they'll get some of their players back. They've got 6 players on the injury report right now, so hopefully they can kind of get a little bit healthy as the season goes along.
Yep, and then we got the Giants at the Broncos. I'll just go quick over that. I think the Giants will come out with their win, keep the streak going. And this has been an XCFL Game Day broadcast. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Have a great day.